Alrighty, I got the gamer hat on. It's time to react to Silver Wolf's Myriad Celestia trailer. We're probably going to be getting her animated short tomorrow, or possibly the day after, and then her character trailer the day after, unless we get like a Keeping Up with Star Rail Nova Flare between now and release, which we probably will. But hey, here it is, Myriad Celestia trailer. Scene 999, game not over. So this is what they talked about in the live stream. It's probably going to be about Silver Wolf and how she ended up joining the Stellaron Hunters and why Elio prevents her from using her 999 powers like all the time. So beyond that, just a reminder that if you want to stay up to date on what I'm doing when I'm doing it, you can always pop into my Discord, and that's where I let people know stuff. Just be aware that I don't like it if you spam links or invites or DM me particularly, because I will ban you. Anywho, now that that's out of the way, just another little bit of a reminder. I was in the middle of editing my playthrough of the Genshin stream that I just did yesterday, which was Linnea's character story, so that'll be up on the channel before the week's end, because I'm like 60% through done editing it, but I have stopped editing it so that I could record this reaction as soon as it went up. Alrighty, without further ado, let's read the description. Scene 999, clever. Exterior, Punk Lord. Night. Finality, Elation. Oh, so this is the Elation's finality. Fail, game over. The game has only just begun. Death. English voice, Silver Wolf, Melissa Fawn, and Kafka, Cheryl Delicia. Alright, well, without further ado, let's just drop the volume down so that I don't blow out my ears. 10% should be fine. Alrighty. Let's just get into here. Also, I need to move my green screen into frame. There we go. That looks right. Yeah, that looks right. Okay. Alrighty. Scene 999. Game not over. Hey, who were you before?
You ever lost?
Enough chit-chat.
Oh, she poofed away.
You're running out of time.
But she hasn't given up. Elio, do you really believe she can do things I can't?
Elio says it's because she doesn't believe in limits that she's here.
Okay.
Look, she's back.
429 times. How do you want to die this time? I'll kill you.
I'll kill you. 15 system hours ago.
Join us, Punk Lord's esteemed wolf.
Punk Lord's esteemed
I
wolf.
already said we can make a deal. But you have no bargaining chip or sincerity.
You know what?
Elio wants me to
Silver Wolf
ask
has a
you,
point.
How long has your cartridge been stuck at the current level?
You guys are a bit too nosy.
Forgive me. This is our bargaining chip, and this is our sincerity.
Whoa!
Set a limit for you. Join us, and you'll have the chance to break through it.
The Aeon set a limit, huh?
This is how to use ether.
That's what they said in the other.
Break through the limit. Infinite upgrades.
Ooh, they just rip her arm off?
Someone who believed these lies too.
Let's turn it up a
She
bit.
founded a Dark Zone empire and crushed the IPC. She
Okay.
united the Rangers and hackers and brought the tavern under her banner. Finally, she breached Device 9 and supplanted Polka.
Supplanted Polka?
As if such a person could exist. Wait, unless you're... She won all games and stood at the peak of elation. If even she couldn't do it, how can you? Through this.
What just happened?
I see. I remember you said the Stellaron Hunters exist to rewrite the finality. And they're here to rewrite their own endings.
Put her
too.
arm on her.
So, the only one who can beat you is yourself. Ha! The peak of elation. No one cares. Right now, I just want to knock you out.
Okay. The journey to 999 continues. This is giving real vibes to what was going on in Firefly's trailer.
Knowing one's future may not change a person, But the unpredictable elation has the power to interfere with the script.
I think that was mentioned in the live stream, wasn't it? Which is why Elio doesn't let her use this power.
When was the last time you ever lost?
That's something I can't even remember anymore. Just keep winning like me. I'll be watching you.
Quiet. You won't be my endgame.
Alright. How much of this trailer's left? Oh, not much. This is a short one. It's only
Right
3:55.
now, you still can't control it. We'll hold on to this cartridge for you in the meantime.
They took it from her.
Who do you take me for? I won't become Destiny's slave.
Anything above level 999 is the God's domain. Come now. The game to hunt an Eon is about to begin.
The game to hunt an Eon. That's it? Alright. Let's go back through and look at that a little bit closer, I guess. Alright. So we start out with this shot, which, by the way, you can actually watch. There's a single frame of this exact shot in the improv tour trailer. During the scene where Silverwolf is falling after losing the game with what I assume is Aha. Could not be Aha. I also didn't catch this in my watching of that trailer, but I'm pretty sure that Aha stand-in was voiced by Amber Lee Connors, which might lend to the credence to the weird theory that Nihilux might be Aha, which I really hope isn't the case because I hate Nihilux. And I'm not going to pull for Nihilux even if she's like the best character in the game. Alright, and if you want to know why I don't like Nihilux, go watch my playthrough of Plain Arcadia. I will explain it several times throughout that playthrough. Alrighty. So, apparently this is a vision of the future, the Elation's finality, which is basically, I guess, Silverwolf becoming the finality of Elation. Which makes sense, I guess. She is effectively an emanator of the Elation at this point. Or maybe she's an emanator of the Elation after this point. It's hard to tell because it's very vague what's going on. Because they're not explicitly telling us anything, and I don't want them to explicitly tell us anything. You gotta leave some room for theory crafting. Alrighty, so we have Kafka saving the cat for whatever reason. She's speaking for Elio at this point, but we learned that in 3.8 that all the cats are basically pieces of Terminus going back in time. And weirdly enough, we got to see who might actually just be Elio in the weird HSR X Mappa trailer that they put out. Which, if that is Elio, I guess that's what he looks like now. And he can see through the cat's eyes, which would mean he can see everything that Terminus sees. Elio says it's because she doesn't believe her limits that she's still here. So this thing has been killing Silverwolf over and over again, and they just keep having rematches. Why it doesn't permanently kill Silverwolf, I'm not entirely sure. This might have something to do with Elio's powers, Terminus's powers, the Elation's powers. So much could be going on here. I also like that it looks like that Silverwolf is coming in outside of the frame here, because you can see that the frame line is right here and right here, but Silverwolf is popping out of the frame, which is kind of a nice little bit of a tie into the Elation and its fourth wall breaking nature. And then we get a flashback to 15 system hours earlier, where we get to see basically the recruitment. Which, if you read Silverwolf's character story, it said that 4 people were there to recruit her. But we only see 3 here at the fast-forwarding to the end of this trailer, unless we're counting the cat. And the cat's holding on to the bargaining chip, or I guess that they don't have, but they have it now, I guess, at this point in the story. I'm kind of sad. It would have been really neat if we saw the Trailblazer here, even if just like a little bit of a cameo there in the back. Because this kind of does not line up with the way that Silverwolf's actual in-game character story, I think it's 4 or 5, describes her joining the Snubble-Around Hunters. I wonder if they're going to retroly go back in there and edit it, which they have done in the past. I believe Himiko's character stories have been changed at one point. I think it was like they were changed in 1.1 or 1.2. Let's see. Okay, we went back to this moment here. She was willing to make them a deal with them, but they didn't have a bargaining chip or sincerity, which is I find very funny, because Kafka being sincere is definitely not something she outwardly portrays. This is our sincerity. The finality. Aeons set a limit. So I guess when the person Silverwolf played a game with in the previous trailer, they said, I hope you stay weak. So I guess that this low-key confirms that that was Aha or an Aeon that she was playing a game with. So I'm going to take this as the confirmation that the previous character was Aha, because it was kept really vague in that other trailer. So 999 is the limit set by the Aeons, and then we get that line a little bit later on, which was right when they take the chip at the end, I believe. Yes, anything above level 999 is the God's domain. So if Silverwolf, are we going to get like another Silverwolf form in like a year or two where it's Silverwolf level 9999? And then Silverwolf's like the Aeon of Elation or something? Just goes an actual god? That could be pretty funny in its own way. And this... Then we get this really interesting line here that lends credence to the theory that Silverwolf is actually Zero, because a lot of Zero's feats seem to be retconned recently to be reattributed to Silverwolf, which is kind of odd. There was once someone who believed these lies too. She founded a Dark Zone empire and crushed the IPC. She reunited the Rangers and Hackers and brought the Tavern under her banner. Finally, she breached Device 9 and supplanted Polka, which means that if this is Silverwolf in the future, then that means that Silverwolf will defeat Polka Kakamon, the scariest motherfucker to ever motherfucker. She won all games, Peak of Elation. The Stellar Run Hunters exist to rewrite finality, and they're here to rewrite their own endings too. So this is, I guess this is a peek at what Silverwolf's ending will be, or what it could be if they don't join the Stellar Run Hunters. So I guess that's the big takeaway out of this. This entire fight is Silverwolf basically beating her future self, or I guess siphoning power off of her future self, because she hacks and uses ether editing to win this fight. Looks like lending you an arm wasn't enough. It is kind of metal to see that she just rips off an arm. She gets her own arm ripped off at one point in the battle, and then she rips off the arm of her future self and then slots that into her arm, like this is Deus Ex and you could just jack into anybody. The only one who can beat you is yourself. Me! And we can basically see the levels siphoning off. So yeah, that's more or less all that there is to talk about in this trailer. Just keep winning like me. Also, I do like that she looks a little bit more like Bronya than she looks like Silverwolf here at the end. It might just be my own personal perspective. I think it looks more like a Bronya than a Silverwolf. But that being said, from what we see, we don't really see a lot of... The hair drills don't really match up the same way. Because these look a lot similar to Bronya's hair drills, the way that they're drawn in a lot of her art. Quiet, you won't be my endgame. And then we see God Mode player form. Well, this has indeed been a really great trailer. So, there's nothing more for me to add here at this point. Except for a little bit of an outro where I remind you all once again that look forward to future content. You'll be able to see it in the pipeline. We're going to be reacting to all these Silverwolf trailers that are coming out in the next couple days. Of which, the next of which should be her animated short. And I'm curious to see this trailer and the last trailer were about 3.5 to 4 minutes, which makes me think and hope that the animated short will also be about 3.5 to 4 minutes. So I'll see you in like a day or two when that comes out. In the meantime, I'm going to edit this and get it out for the channel. See you all in the future, and stay safe out there.